Hi, welcome back to Sext after a little breaky break. And I hope everyone's having a great day. For people that are looking at this later, possibly, I am going to wait for a couple of people to sign on the live so we can have a little moment together. This is Sext. It's a centering moment. Spiritual space in the noon hour. Ooh, yes, spiritual space. So tell me if you're watching, because I can see an eyeball or two. Tell me if you're watching so that I can say hi to you. Hey, Matt. Thanks for jumping on. Hope your school's going well. Did you finish your presentation, or is it coming up today? Can't remember. Matt has a pretty crazy week, along with all the people in the world who are still in school. Hey, Tori, good to see you. Y'all, I am so tired that I can't see straight. Like, I'm so tired that I feel like physically, like I could just be sick, but I'm just tired. So it's just not a good mix. I feel like I'm going to be awkward and not be very coherent in the next 10 minutes. So sorry. It's due tonight. Fingers crossed you'll get it done. I'll pray for a miracle. I'm trying to remember what motivated me, but back in the day, I think what motivated me was like, if I could finish this, that's an extra day of Christmas movies I could watch. Like, you don't have time to just enjoy the season because you're trying to get your school stuff done. But anyway, sometimes you just literally don't have enough hours in the day. All right, well, I'm just going to chat with you guys, and if people sign on, they sign on. Thanks, Tori, solidarity, and the exhaustion. So last night, I had a child with nightmares and wanting to sleep with us. This happened the last time that I did Sext, I feel like, because I was like, she never sleeps with us. She really doesn't. I swear, the last time this happened, I did Sext. And we watched Jingle Jangle. It was awesome. Making my way through the Christmas movies. Oh, I told you I'm everywhere. I saw on Netflix that there is this show on the making of Christmas movies. Like, it's like a documentary that goes behind the scenes into how everything was created and the ideas. And last night, I watched the one on Elf, and it was so interesting. It was so interesting. So check that out. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, no, I don't remember. Anyway, I just was up, I feel like, all night. And so I'm just like, I feel like I just went to what do you call it? When you're a kid, you go to a lock-in and you just stay up all night, or a D-Now. That's what I feel like I just came back from. So I was just going to share really quick, since this is spiritual space at the noon hour, I wanted to talk about space. And of course, we're in the season of Advent, and Advent to me is like, it'll put you on the fast track of creating and cultivating space for some things in your life. It's a good season to think about the types of space that you have. And I don't like them either, Matthew. I do not like lock-ins either, and I will totally support that. Totally pointless. No, I agree. Anyway, okay, focus, space. So last night I was outside, and I really hate to, some people hate these, but some people love them. But we have a hot tub, okay? We have one. It was really cold. I was having like some muscle pains, and so I was like, I'm gonna get in the hot tub. So I went out there, and I brought my phone, and I intended to watch something. But the moon was so beautiful, and the stars, and I just found myself sitting there, and I never got on my phone. I just ended up sitting there thinking, and I just realized, like, how often do we just allow ourselves to just think for an extended period of time? I mean, maybe some people do, but I don't. I feel like life is so busy, and when I decompress, I want to like put on Netflix or scroll through social media or, I don't know, look at YouTube or something. And I just realized last night I got so lost in my thoughts, and I realized I hadn't done that in so long. I mean, my mind went to people that in my life that I've lost, and like I started remembering them and thinking about them a lot, and I realized I hadn't done that in so long, and I just started thinking about the future and thinking about dreams of mine and thinking about, reflecting and thinking about the upcoming year. And I was just totally lost in my thoughts for all this time. And I had the thought kind of rise up in my head like, wow, what am I missing? Like every day when I spend time on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, or Netflix or Hulu or binge watching, which I do, which I don't have a problem with. I'm just saying, like, what am I missing every time I go straight to those things and don't give myself space just to think? Like, I'm not even saying read or pray or anything, but literally just to like let my thoughts go where they will. And I thought to myself, what am I missing? What thoughts am I not receiving? What ideas am I not receiving because of social media or whatever I do? And then the other thought I had was, and what am I not releasing? Because when I don't give myself, like there were some things I was thinking about last night, and I realized, wow, I really needed to think that and to like acknowledge it so that I could let it go. And there are things that we are holding on to. There are things that our bodies need us to get out of. Like there are thoughts, and there are traumas, and there are things that have happened, and without giving space to thinking about them and processing them, we can't actually release them out of our bodies and voice them out loud to get rid of them. And so it is a simple question for you in your life this Advent season, fitting for a little 10-minute reflection, or way less in this case, I feel like. But how much are you missing from some of that numbing that we do? Sometimes we need to do it. Believe me, it's not either or. But how much are you missing receiving, and how much are you missing releasing what needs to be released? I think that would be an interesting question to ponder this Advent. You don't need to like buy a book. You don't need to like have the candles and wreaths exactly right. Like you could literally just say, oh, this is my space creator. This is my sacred space creator. This moment, I could literally just sit here and be in this space of reflection. And I just wanted to share that with you. It's very, very simple. It's not very long or revolutionary, but that was just what was on my mind. And gosh, I think I was out there for I ended up staying out there for like an hour, but I must have been in a 30-minute, just like lost in my thoughts moment. And I know that used to happen before smartphones and before streaming, but it never happens anymore because I don't grant it the space. And that's sad to me. Like I was like, oh, I miss myself. Like I don't even engage with my own subconscious that much when I really think about it. So how can you create space and how can you capitalize, for lack of a better word, on this season of Advent that sort of really helps us to do that? And I'll just say for me, one practice I incorporated was going on walks, which I never enjoy doing. I've never been a person who just wants to go on a walk, but I've been regularly going on walks in the last 2 months, and I cannot tell you how many ideas I've had just because of that. It's just been really cool. And I think that creativity is something that we all have. We just don't all have it out and handy and dusted off and practiced, but we all have it. And I think creativity is one of the most healing things we can access in these very strange times. So, I guess that's all. My prayer for you is that you can tap into those spaces that you need with the hope that the gifts are there, right? The gifts of joy, the gifts of hope, which we need so much of right now, the gifts of love and of peace. But we've got to tap into them, and we can't tap into them if we don't give space for those things. So I know it's easier said than done. I know there's a lot happening right now. I want you to know, especially those of you in our community, that I think about you all the time and pray for you a lot. And anytime that I can't sleep, I am seriously like going down our directory, which I can see in my head, and like praying for everybody. So I want you to know, I don't say any of this lightly, but I just hope that can be somehow helpful. So y'all have a great Thursday and a great weekend, and we will see you on Sunday morning for the second Sunday of Advent. Love you guys.